The Dodgers have found their secret weapon, and it is official. What a start to the game. Shohei wasn't expected to even pitch until, of course, the end of the All Star break. But then he is on the mound last night. And was it the best showing for him? Well, being that Manny struck out, but they gave him a gimme on that one. But Manny should have been a strikeout instead of got that bloop hit. But I'll tell you what, he's a secret weapon. And I don't care how you call it. Shohei is a secret weapon for the Dodgers because how many teams, I'll give you some time on this. How many teams have two-way players? Exactly, right? With a two-way player, I got to think there's going to be more of this in the future if guys can actually be good at both because this is absolutely huge and it is a secret weapon. Hey, subscribe, like, turn on notifications. Dodgers Digest, we're reaching the 8,000 mark here pretty soon. One of the fastest growing stations out there. We're small, Mike Nelson and myself. We're getting it done and we're giving you fresh content right out of the oven every single day. So let's get started with it right now. Dodgers have found their secret weapon in Shohei. And he's a true secret weapon. I don't know how you could say he's not because of what he can do. Here's the numbers that he did yesterday. He threw 28 pitches, 16 were strikes. He hit 100.2 miles per hour with his four-seamer, which was tied with Michael Kopech for the Dodgers' second fastest pitch of the season, behind Roki Sasaki, reaching 105. 14 of Ohtani's pitches were registered at above 98 miles an hour. So he was hyped because he said he was aiming to hit 95, 96, but the game intensity really allowed me to throw a little harder. You got an MVP hitter who can 50-50 every single year just about, who now can pitch. I mean, if that's not a secret weapon, what is a secret weapon? Gotta like what that's all about. Really gotta like it. What's the pitching line for yesterday, Brad J? Here is your pitching line. We'll talk about that one. Here's Ohtani. He pitched one inning. How many thought he was going to go more than one? I thought he was going to go two or three. So I was quite surprised. Don't worry about the ERA right now. He did give up 2 hits, 1 earned run, pitched 1 inning, but that just shows because look, he can pitch an inning and then play DH and even be pulled from the game as far as the pitcher, but still be in the game. No other team has this opportunity. And surprisingly, you would think the Angels would have done a little better job managing that. But I'll tell you what, right now, this looks good for the Dodgers having Ohtani be able to pitch when you want him to. He can pitch in leverage situations and then go back to being the DH, and you don't even have to take him out of the game. In fact, when he finished the inning before he had to lead off the next inning, which is that's only happened, I think, 3 times since the 1900s in baseball, that the guy's pitched an inning and then was the leadoff batter. I think in 1900 and 1950s, I think 2 guys have done that. Maybe 3, I think the number is. But the fact that you can bring him in at any time and still keep him in the game as a hitter and not a pitcher, that's amazing. If a pitcher doesn't do good, you take him out, he's done. With Ohtani, it's if he's not doing good, you switch it out, hit back to DH and put a new pitcher in. He's still in the game. That's a freaking secret weapon, man. Banda had to come in. He did his thing. What did he get? He walked 1, struck out 2. Excuse me, 3.62 his ERA. Kasperius, he gets the win. 5-1 is his record. He did give up 2 earned runs in that matchup, but 5-1, like the record. Look at the ERA for Kasperius now, 3.02. Vesiek came in, got the K, 2.64, liking what he's been doing. And Kopech, he comes in. Love it. Give up 1 hit, gets a strikeout, 1 full inning. Look at that ERA still since he's been activated again. And Tanner Scott, 1 full inning, 1 K, and 3.74, the number for him. And then Yates comes in, shuts down the deal, 4.03 his ERA, doesn't give up hit, doesn't walk anyone. Good stuff right there. Basically holding up for him. So I thought he was going to go longer, but I can understand why he did not. Let's talk hitting for the Dodgers. Ohtani, look, even after he pitched the first inning, struck out his first at bat, he comes in, still gets 2 hits, and still gets 2 RBIs, and now he's improved his batting average back to the 300 mark. So he's batting 300 even with a 1.039 OPS for him. Betts had a hit. Freeman had a hit. Hernandez had a hit. Will Smith, he had 2. Muncy crushing it. 2 RBIs, getting hit in there too as well. Pajes had the stare down when he got hit by a pitch, but he also was responsible for scoring twice. Look at his batting average, 2.82 now for Pajes. And Conforto, I hate to bring it up again. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but an over. Like the only one to go over in that game is Conforto. His batting average is 170. And you look at his OPS, 587. That is quite dismal. You got to think at some point you're going to make a change and put someone else in there. But there you go. That is how it went down. And the Conforto thing for me, I keep thinking about it. Like, what do you do with him? $17 million. You're not sending him down. But do you alternate him with someone else? Do you alternate him with putting Kim in the outfield? Do you alternate him with Dalton rushing in the outfield so Dalton can get some time? Or do you just have Dalton only for the backup catcher role? What do you do, and how long does Conforto get that leash? I mean, he's had a few games. He's done well. But there you go. Another O for him, and that's not good, bringing that average down to 170 for the Dodgers. Well, let's talk about what Roberts had to say. He had a few things to say about Shohei. And this is what Roberts says. I think that obviously it's going to be once every 5-day situation. It's not going to be once every 5-day situation as a pitcher. Yeah, because he's a secret weapon. You can do anything you want with him. So if he's not good, if he's laying a turd pitching, what do? Just keep him as DH, put another pitcher in. He's still in the game, and he can hurt you with the bat. So there's going to be plenty of time to recover. We also have a luxury of pitching him as much or as little as we want in a particular outing because, again, it's an additive as far as our roster. You got to like the sound of that right there. You really do got to like the sound of that. Gomes said, Brandon Gomes says, we need to see how it comes. It is the beauty of these are just free innings because he is a two-way player status. Nobody has that. It doesn't come at the cost of anything. Let's have a conversation, see how he feels, what makes sense moving forward, and do that over and over again to make sure everything is set up so we're not taking any additional risks. So I like what he said there. I like what Robert said. I like what Gomes said. Here's what Robert said about, having to hit or having to pitch and then hit. Robert said, I ran it by him, and he said, no problem. I'm good with it. I haven't really dug into the archives when he was a two-way player with the Angels, what Robert was saying. But there were times where he did hit leadoff. I don't think it really affects him. Again, his first start is going to be, it was a short stint. Could be a change going forward, but right now he feels very comfortable with taking the mound and then coming into the dugout and getting on his stuff to take an at-bat. Well, the funny thing about that is he didn't even go into the dugout. He literally came off the mound. They had his pads and all this stuff for him, and he went to the start of the dugout, didn't talk to any of the coaches, and just went out there and went to go play some ball. So I love what he's doing. And if you can't call that a secret weapon, I don't know what you could call a secret weapon. Two-way pitcher, two-way player, you got to think, throwing smoke. And his rehab, instead of going down and rehabbing in AAA OKC where it means absolutely nothing, you use the guy in the leverage situations or you put him in a situation where you can pull him out if he's not pitching good. It's okay. And the Dodgers now, with that win, that makes the Dodgers 3 out of 4 wins against the Padres. There's 9 left versus the Padres. So you want to take the season total. And once again, like I always say, it's all about winning the series. Nothing more than that. Dodgers have been continuing to win the series against the Giants. They won the series when they faced the Padres before, won 2 out of 3. So you got 4 against the Padres, 1 down, you won it. You need to win 3 more. You got to win 2 more to take 3 of 4 from the Pods. And that's exactly what the Dodgers need to do. On the mound for the Dodgers tonight, as of doing this show, they have not listed anyone for the Dodgers yet. Vasquez is picked to start for the Padres, 3.57 ERA. Wednesday, though, going to be interesting. Emmett Sheehan gets his first start for the Dodgers in the 2025 season. First game, Sheehan back. Good to see him. Emmett in the mix. He'll start Wednesday. And then Thursday, the final game of the 4-game series against the Padres, Yamamoto will take the mound on that. So we'll see how it all plays out. But the Dodgers definitely have found their secret weapon, a two-way player, Shohei Ohtani. You can do what you want. This is looking quite good for the Dodgers. Hey, make sure you subscribe, like, turn on notifications. I'm Brad J. As you go through the day, just remember to think Dodger Blue, and let's go Dodgers.